Welcome Startup Grind Mauritius. Today we are going to receive virtually someone from Payoneer. Payoneer is a global cross-platform which is becoming big in Africa. So we have the opportunity to know more about them. Let's go now. The company is 14 years old and they have not reached Africa yet. They are starting a little bit. For example, their main target is India and Pakistan, where they have a lot of freelancers, and all these people, instead of opening accounts in their country, they are opening accounts in Payoneer, and they get paid mainly by US customers which are taking freelance. So we'll have all the queries we have. We have a presentation first with them, and then we'll have the opportunity to talk directly to people from Payoneer.
Good morning, everyone. And my name is Mor Winsler from Payoneer. I'm the partnerships manager at Payoneer. I'm working at Payoneer almost 3 years now, and mainly focused on the Middle East area, Africa. Used to work a lot on Asia, and right now exploring new channels and opportunities to how to locally and help businesses actually see. So I'm glad that me and Nicolas got connected, and we have the opportunity to introduce to you our solution. And just to make sure, feel free, Nicolas, to stop me if you have any questions.
Okay.
We have also our representative from customer care, Krista, and she's also a French speaker. So if someone wants to ask a question in French, feel more comfortable to ask in French. So please feel free to do so.
Okay. Good.
Perfect. So let's talk business, guys. There's never been a better time to go global. As you all know, the world become more connected, and billions of people in developing countries get online. Business of all shapes and sizes now have so many opportunities to reach out to your customers and clients. So the online outsourcing, as typically we all call it freelancing, have seen a massive global growth, including in Africa. So to further understand the current state of the industry, Payoneer recently conducted a global survey of freelancers and online outsourcing professionals. So we surveyed over 21,000 individuals from 170 different countries, including Africa. And the idea was to better understand how they operate, what the rate they charge, what services they provide, and how to level up in terms of income. Because eventually Payoneer, in the bottom line, we provide a payment, and we want to make sure they use us to scale their income. So did you know that 10% of the global outsourcing is from Africa? And those figures are continuing to grow. And in fact, by 2020, the online outsourcing industry is expected to be 15 to 25 billion market. And that is massive. Of course, in addition to that, to support those numbers, we can also see local digital skill programs, which I guess that you guys, some of you familiar with, like Andela, Excel Africa. I'm not sure if they still operate those, but similar digital programs that help individuals and small, medium businesses to scale globally and how to operate online. So those type of programs help us to really see the growth and reach more users and get more businesses to help them scale globally. And alongside those opportunities, of course, to export services as online outsourcing services. There is an amazing cross-border e-commerce market. And by saying global cross-border e-commerce, I mean when the buyer and the seller are from different markets. This is actually according to a recent report by Accenture and Ali Research. The cross-border e-commerce market will grow to $1 trillion by 2020. So if we're looking at global, to go global, it's not only online outsourcing opportunity, there's also a huge market of e-commerce. So all the entrepreneurs among you that wants to really grow globally, this is one of the ways to do it.
Okay.
So if you're talking about, yes, Nicolas?
Yeah, yes, go ahead.
Oh, okay. So if we're talking about different ways to expand the business globally, so all of us are familiar with two options, right? We have the working through online marketplaces, such as Upwork, Fiverr, ClickBank, 99 Designs, etc. And we can do it also in the traditional way, working directly with clients. So we can do it, I am building my own website, a PPC campaign, SEO campaign, working tracking those clients by social network, LinkedIn, etc. Right? But we want to focus on Africa, and I want to show you two case studies, great examples of our users that actually made it big time. So meet Yasser Inask from Morocco. And Yasser is a web developer, a designer and online entrepreneur from Morocco. Yasser is also the founder of Proud Studios and Tudo Blog. So this is the impact basically of going global, and what was the challenges. So when he just started his online business, getting paid was very difficult. In order to receive his first Google AdSense check that could only be cashed at Citibank in Casablanca, he had to travel 150 miles in order to get this money. So several years later, he could cash on his local bank account. Only this time, the check took about 60 days to be cashed with very high commission rates and a low currency exchange rate. Another great example is Ahmed Feki from Tunisia. He has been an Upwork freelancer since 2009, specializing in developing websites, a web app, and ERPs. So after Upwork became his primary job, and he started making good profits of it, so he decided to start and working on Amazon as a magic mug seller. The magic mug that you know that you pull out the water and it start changing colors and stuff like this. So he changed basically his business. So I'm not sure if you all know, but in Tunisia, it's almost impossible to get an international credit card. So after countless meetings with many bank managers, he discovered that this option is given only for businessmen, while he's just a man who's looking for a solution to make his internet business idea thrive. So today, both Ahmed and Yasser owns $1 million business and significantly grow their global business thanks to Payoneer, and they both now inspiration to the local communities of freelancers in the countries. And I hope you guys also find inspiration in those figures. But if we're talking about online professionals, many of them, face challenges, including understanding the limitations and benefits of working on online marketplaces versus with direct clients. So let's take a look. So online marketplaces have a huge potential of customers base, right? This is because of credibility and trust that they have been able to build for the brand, like Upwork. They invest a lot of money to ensure ease of use, maintain infrastructure to support time tracking, order management, logistics, and of course a way to pay their users. In exchange, they often charge significant fees. They also very carefully control customer information. And of course, there is a huge competition with tens of thousands online professionals just like you. The other way is working with direct clients, which obviously we all know that the pros in this case, you control the branding, you control the customer information. And the offer that you, basically the commercial offer that you offer those clients, in your hands, and because in fact, those are your clients. Although in basically the negative way in this, is you need to find a way to scale your business. So in many cases, what you will do, you create your own online website, and like one of our users told me that before, today to build a website, you need like to pour a bucket of water to the ocean. So you need to invest a lot of funds and efforts to make sure your website is promoted well, any type of campaign. And of course, you need also to worry about international payments for your business. Just to make sure, anyone have any questions so far about those topics? No.
I think you can go ahead. We'll have question after.
So in a nutshell, this is what you need to know about traditional cross-border payments. It is not an easy matter to deal with. When you receive global payments, it often take time to arrive locally. You pretty often don't know what the fees or the exchange rate of the transaction. You may be asked by your bank to provide any physical documents, and the transaction itself can cost you a lot of money. So that being said, many people often turn to international wire to receive funds from clients. I guess many of you did it in the beginning of the business or still doing it. So now this works very well if you have an account in a bank with a global wide network, such as Citibank, HSBC, Standard, etc. But not many small businesses are willing to maintain a minimum deposit of anywhere between $10,000 and $20,000 with these institutions. That's definitely money that can be spent or other things for your business. So most people, what they do is maintain an account with a local bank account who may not have a wide international network and may need to rely on another bank, a correspondent bank, to bridge the gap between the bank payer and the local bank. So what this means, in a single transaction, there may be 6 different entities involved, and each time the transaction can be caused to take time. Make sense?
Yes.
Okay. Besides the bank transfer, we also have there are alternatives to international payments. So credit and debit cards are one example which has really helped the e-commerce specifically grow significantly over the last decade. Card payments often simplify the process to ensuring that funds are transferred between buyers and sellers more efficiently. But as many small businesses know, it takes a lot of efforts to undergo a merchant accreditation process. Banks will often ask you to fill in stacks of paper, provide other documents to substantiate the application to become a merchant and receive card payments. And this is for a very good reason. As you all know, the global networks like Visa and MasterCard want to be sure that if you receive a card payment, you will not engage any fraud activities with highly sensitive card and payment details, which you will handle it. So, and another challenge in the amount involved in those card payments, there is a very small limits that the amount you can actually receive by credit card payments. Now, aside of the cards, many small businesses, especially in emerging markets, they utilize what we call remittance companies, such as a Western Union or MoneyGram, to receive international payments. And while I do understand the convenience that is offered by those services, the limitations of amounts to receive are very low. So I think it's less than $2,000, and the fees are very high. So remittance companies are really more suited for personal transactions, sending or receiving money from relatives, for example. But for online professionals, this is not a scalable way to receive international payment, and this is where Payoneer can help you. So Payoneer, I'm not sure all of you are familiar, enables small, medium businesses and professionals around the world to get paid globally as easily they do locally. Also, quickly, securely, and at low cost. We believe that today Payoneer really is more than just payments. We actually empowering today businesses to discover and grab the cross-border trade opportunities. In a nutshell, just to make sure you understand what is Payoneer. Payoneer founded in 2005. Today, Payoneer has more than 4 million active account holders. We operate in more than 200 countries and territories. We work and operate with around 150 currencies, regulated in more than 10 regions, and support 70 languages. Our office is placed in more than 16 places in the world. We have a customer support 24/7, and the staff of Payoneer is today more than 1,100 staff members all over the world. Just to give you in a glance, the Payoneer, in terms of the global growth, we double our employees numbers in the past 3 years. So it's growth super fast, and we operate in more and more countries to help small, medium businesses to go and expand their businesses. So basically what Payoneer does, we have a world-class financial partners. As you can see, world brands like Bank of America, Citibanks, Barclays, we actually use their infrastructure by partnering them to offer our services. Payoneer, it's a global payment platform that actually offering you to receive global payments. We only talk about B2B transaction, okay? So we're using those partners to offer you our service. Alongside, Payoneer proud to have marketplaces partners who are actually category leaders in multiple industry. So we work in the freelancers industry, obviously, in stock photography, the e-commerce and marketplaces, leading brands also from Africa, such as Jumia, is one of our leading partners actually. Vacation rentals, digital marketing. So if you have, some of you have a fitness or you have a digital ad promoting agency. So we're working really with the leading platform in the world that actually use Payoneer to pay their beneficiaries. So basically, how Payoneer works. So Payoneer offers many payment methods, one of which is the global payment service, which basically offer a receiving account in US dollar, in pound, in euro, Japanese yuan, Chinese yen, Canadian dollar, Australian dollar, and soon it's going to be Mexican dollar, I believe, and Indian rupee. And that businesses around the world can get paid as if they have a local bank account in those countries. Once the funds land in Payoneer, you can choose to pay your supplier or withdraw this funds to your local bank account, or you can also choose to withdraw the funds to a Payoneer prepaid card, which is one of the options that you can actually withdraw the funds and use it to pay online, withdraw it in a local ATM, etc. Any questions so far?
We'll have question at the end.
No. Okay. So let's jump really to Payoneer and how basically it works and what we can offer you. So this is going to be a short guide to how to use Payoneer and what are the options for you. So the first one is actually to receive global service marketplaces. So you can see in the list that we have many online outsourcing and freelancers platforms that we actually official partnership with them. By mean that we have an official partnership, so you as a freelancers, you can open a Payoneer account, or you can actually log into one of those platforms and open a new Payoneer account, and by a short registration process or by simple just add your Payoneer account details, you automatically actually can receive payments directly to your Payoneer account as a local bank account. Okay, and if you're a freelancer that's offering online professional or online services globally, you can do it by working with Upwork, Freelancer.com, Fiverr. If you're working in the print-on-demand industry, you can do it like with Teespring or Tiffy, Gear Lounge. Those are just sample of official partners that we'll work with to give you just an idea that a different industry in the online professionals, and by which platform you can actually get payments simple by using Payoneer. Another way, and I think that I'm not sure that everyone actually familiar with this solution, is actually bill your international clients. And by mean that you bill your international clients, Payoneer offer you a billing service solution. So you can just sign into your Payoneer account, click on request a payment, send a request to your client. He will get it actually by email. And once your client get this payment request, he actually can pay you straight into your Payoneer account. We've also developed many value-added features, including send a payment request in advance. You can also track those payment requests, schedule reminders to avoid being paid late. You can attach different documents like invoices, a contract to your payment request. And of course, you can use we integrate to many SaaS softwares like Xero, Green Invoice, different accounting and invoicing platforms that you can actually use Payoneer directly in those platforms via our API. Okay, so we want to simplify the process for you. If you're using, for example, Time Doctor to time track your service, eventually you can use a Time Doctor to request a payment from your client in the platform itself, without any requirement to go outside to use Payoneer website. You can do it simply by using Time Doctor platform. This is just an overview of the fees that we're asking for bill your international clients directly. So you can use, your your client basically can pay you at different methods. Okay, the way he doesn't require from him to be a Payoneer client. He can pay you also if he doesn't have a Payoneer account. He can pay you by local bank transfer. This will be validating companies that SGx. I believe many of the France or Europe countries pay you. Also, individuals can pay you in Europe. In terms of limits, there are no limits in a local bank transfer. This is continued. The processing time will be between 2 to 5 business days. And if they pay in Europe, basically there are no fees for currencies, which is great for you guys. If you work in Europe, it's the best solution for you. Also, if you work with clients from Europe, from US, they can pay with e-check. Basically, it's a way to debit their bank account. And there are different limits in this type of transaction. There's also, it's a bit longer process to get paid because we need to make sure there are no chargebacks, etc. So, but it is something that very common in businesses in US to pay with e-check. It's a very simple way to do it. And of course, any individual or worldwide company can pay with credit card. And there is a up to 3% fee when they do so. Another option that is not mentioned here, and if those clients have a Payoneer account, by the way, in general, if someone has a Payoneer account and he wants to pay you from his Payoneer account, they can do it for free. Okay, Payoneer actually allow their users to pay from Payoneer to Payoneer account for free because we want to make sure this is the added value that we offer our users. So you can actually ask your supplier from around the world to connect his Payoneer account to actually open a Payoneer account and receive payment directly to his Payoneer account. It will be free of charge. We're also offering a very generous fees in case we're talking about suppliers from China. If you're in the e-commerce cross-border industry. So keep in mind this as well. We have the option to pay from Payoneer to Payoneer. And the benefit, obviously, there are no fees in this, free of charge. And both for you and the clients is the best solution, ideally. Another way is basically get a virtual receiving account. Like I said at the beginning, in USD, pound, euro, JPY, and basically how it works, you actually get in a bank account with one of our names of our partners. They're offering a bank account. You get actually a routing number, IBAN number, and like any bank account number that you receive, a global bank account, you get the details. And let's say, for example, if you wish to connect these bank details to Amazon, all you need to do is just to add those the bank number, write your name, and to get the bank and use those bank details that we're offering to link it to any platforms that asking to just pay to add your bank details. By the way, if some of you have an online website or a store that you opened, you can actually link Payoneer to a checkout solution like to Checkout or Stripe, and you can use those funds to withdraw to Payoneer account. And this is what I mentioned about the make a payment solution. Basically how it works, you log into your Payoneer account, you selecting make a payment in the drop-down menu. The form, you complete the form with the recipient details and send to your recipient Payoneer account. Simple as that. And if we want to summarize it, so why basically Payoneer? It's very simple. Payoneer is quick and simple access to freelance and e-commerce really within a minute. It's cost effective. flexibles. Basically, we offer a multiple option to receive and withdraw your funds. It's trusted. We use by thousands of companies and millions of professionals around the world. And of course, legal, suitable for self-employed and individual, regulated and compliant with top license in the world. So Payoneer today is really the leading payment platform in the industry and for emerging markets like Africa and Southeast Asia, etc. Today we are one of the only solutions that help you to grow globally. So I hope this was very informative and bring you something new that you didn't know about Payoneer. And if you would like to join us, please, you can sign up now and get a $25 bonus. Of course, once you receive the payments of $1,000. By the way, you can scan it right now, this QR code. It will give you the benefits that the bonus we offer by partnering with Nicolas. And hope to see you soon in the Payoneer ecosystem.
Okay, thank you, Maur.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Maur. Perhaps I will give you also my testimonial, because how do I know Payoneer? In fact, 1 year ago, I wanted to open another account in Mauritius, in Barclays, and I was already a little bit successful, and I was coming to open an account, and I said I need a quick account because I need to bill my clients. And Barclays asked me a lot of paper. They didn't know who I am, and for them it said it will take 2 to 3 weeks to open an account. So I had difficulties to bill my customer. So I finally found Payoneer, and Payoneer, they have done my QIC in 2 days, and in 2 days I had an IBAN. I was possible to pay my customer. It was possible to pay in euro, and I started billing my customer in euro. As I was receiving euro in Mauritius, for me it was the perfect deal, and I'm still receiving money in my local bank account here, which is Bank One MCB, but I also have Payoneer, which is another bank, and I'm saving cost by using Payoneer. That's why now we are also using our current bank, but Payoneer, and we are promoting Payoneer in Africa because we are freelancers which are in Africa, and for them, when we are saying them, we are going to pay you through Payoneer, for them it's a cost saving, and they receive a MasterCard in 3 weeks, and for them it's going well. And we have people in Morocco, in Benin, and the Ivory Coast, which we are promoting. And for us, we are saving money, and we are also saving money for them because they receive directly in euro the money which they are paying for. So that's why I'm a user, and it was a testimonial I had to do. So thank you, Maur, for your presentation.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Thank
Thank you
you.
for your time, and have a good day.
Thank you. Bye-bye.